Yeah, purple will come in tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Right, all right, all right. Yeah, I know. Before you come at us for the start time, it's a lot of turbulence along the way, but
Uh-oh.
good late
Oh,
morning, late good morning, either or. But it doesn't stop the show. It doesn't stop the show. Yes, yes, yes. Turbulence happens. It does. It does. Um, I know Cece won't be too happy for our guest,
ah,
so I gotta just bring him in. I gotta just bring him on in.
man, I am really salty and mad.
Why are you
No,
mad?
I wouldn't be upset if my verse was on the show.
Why would you be?
I don't know. I guess people think I was upset. I wasn't the one upset.
People building
You
narratives.
know,
That's what's happening here.
you know,
Uh,
people don't want to hear opinions no more.
hey,
That's what that was.
all right,
And that's fine. I'm still going to give it.
all right, man. I did not just let Loso into this room. What's happening here, man?
That's Jesus working.
Yo, you
That's
in?
Jesus.
There you go. Yeah, you
Because
you
I am a child
you in this
of the
room, man.
Lord.
Don't worry about it. Don't fear.
Yo, friends,
Can you hear me?
can you hear me?
Absolutely. We can hear and see you.
Am I good on your end though?
You're perfect.
Because I'm on the I was driving. I just pulled over, but if I need to move somewhere, I will.
Hey, listen, man. Buenos dias. Loso, right after his dominant second round, his immaculate second round, one of the greatest
Yeah,
second rounds of his career. All right, a
yeah,
career
Fire.
high from the field, Mr. Loso, man.
man. Salute, man. Thank you guys so much for having me on here, man.
Yeah, you're a regular here, you know what I'm saying, but you still get the red
Hmm.
carpet treatment. You had a
Yeah.
Yeah.
fantastic performance this weekend, and I got to watch it back. I saw a bunch of clips, and
Hmm.
first thing I got to say is, you really went to another level this weekend. And
Hmm.
did you know that you realized you went to another level?
So obviously, I didn't make the public statement, but I've told a couple of people who I sparred with, and truly, I felt like my first two rounds going into the battle were the best two rounds that I've ever written in my life. That was my feeling going into the battle. And I got some high moments in my career. So to say that was like a big statement. It just needed to translate. And I'm so happy. Like there's nothing like a creator getting his work received well amongst the world. You know what I'm saying? So I'm so glad, especially that second round, man. I'm so glad that second round was received so well from the fans.
We got a lot of ladies
Yo,
in the
that camera
chat.
working. And
Yeah.
we see people working those cameras in the bubble, but by far, my star, you was a
Yeah.
superstar. You was a
Yo,
yo.
yeah, so CC, so check this out. So and you guys get the exclusive of how that went down. So during the Ultimate Madness tournament, Emerson Kennedy, he was the first one who I seen do this. He came, and he might do this because of like his acting profession or whatnot, but he came up with this idea of waking up super early on game day and going to the event and practicing at the event. So he would contact the Caffeine people and he would say, dude, so when he first did it, he actually contacted me. He said, Los, I need a sparring partner. Can you come with me? I said, I bet. So, during the Ultimate Madness, we actually did that. We did that when we battled our first rounds, and we did it when I was battling Ryder and he was battling Prep. And so we went there, and you get a chance to kind of like, work the room, see where you want to stand, see how you're going to move, all these different things. Well, so I do that this time. I go up there and I get there earlier than everybody else, and I'm just practicing in the room. And I think Jay Black even made a comment that he ended up seeing me do that. Well, when I was doing that, the cameramen were all in place. The cameramen were already in place, and they were trying to practice as well, just to kind of like, they always just need somebody just, with the fog machine and everything, just to see how it's going to look.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was one point where I tell them, I said, hey, in my second round, I'm going to utilize these two side cameras. Are you guys going to be able to pick it up in game time? And they said, so we're not going to be able to know when you're starting, but when you start it, what we'll do is we'll start hitting it. And I said,
That's
okay,
fire.
bet. I said, not a problem. So I'm just glad, man, that they, JB and the rest of the team, man, they were able to execute that, able to knock it out. I actually got the idea from Saga. I was sparring with Saga, and Saga said, "Yo, you should almost make it feel like you're addressing one side over here and you're addressing another side." So when I do the fist bump for Jay Black, I'm gonna shout out my boy Saga. He gave me the idea to do that, and so he told me, he said, "Yo, when you do it, make sure like you're like being a little extra to the camera." And so not only was I performing my lines in my hotel, but I performed like those moves the same way. So that's why you see that.
That's incredible. See, these are the things you can't teach. These are things that's not in the manual of being a battle rapper. These are the intangibles that you don't add to your game unless you have that awareness, that IQ.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I want to read some of the chat that said here, Viixen was dressed as a Dudley boy trying to edge a Christian. Can't do it.
Wow, that is fire.
That's how we gonna start this morning, y'all.
Tata in the chat dropped a prop and she said, "Loso, I was wrong. Forgive me." It said, "Get the table."
Salute, man.
They said, "What would Jesus do?" God damn, the battle rap community co-produced his rounds, LTBR included.
Not no CC. That was Titus and friends dropping that little, that little angle for Loso.
I bought Loso some shells. You know what I'm saying? But he had to load it anyway. He had to shoot it. So like, I can't take any credit for it.
Well, somebody made a point that somebody was going to use that angle, so Loso was smart enough to be the first.
Yeah.
So,
Cece, did you hear the name drop?
Already mad at you by that time, so I was like, you know what? I couldn't even like take it in because I was already looking at my phone like, how dare he? Like, I don't like him right now.
Oh yeah, we haven't even gotten to
my New Testament Bible. I was like, wait a minute, who is this?
Let's go.
We haven't gotten to Cece's frustration yet. Cece was very frustrated with how good you were performing, and she had to wear. I had a Jordan crying face here. I had to put on her face. Because she picked.
Because I said Viixen was gonna go in there and smoke you. Like I wasn't gonna. I didn't lie.
She picked you to lose, and she had to deal with it. I said he was
gonna get smoked, and I said that nobody can be Viixen, and I was talking.
Yeah. Nah, you know what, Cece, going into the battle though, I feel like that was the majority. That was the consensus around the community. It was like, yo, she's just so hot right now. And we don't know if Loso. That's why I think that's why you saw the performance too. There were a couple of things that kind of got me upset. You know what I'm saying? I saw the polls. She even tweeted like maybe like a couple days before our battle, and she said, "Twerk and John need to come outside," right?
Oh,
and in my head I was like, yeah. And so in my head I said, "Yo, you haven't even battled me yet." You know what I'm saying? So like all of that was like fueling like my motivation to go into the battle and not just win, but I wanted to make sure that like you guys saw, there was a clear level between the two that day. So
yeah, because I said it, I was like, I know there's some ladies out there trying to fight the good fight, but I'm bowing out. I got my white flag in the air, and I'm saying that it's very clear. Loso took our girl out, and he did it in a level I wasn't expecting. I had to keep pro, and you win some, you lose some, but you definitely won flat out.
Man. Thank you,
and you did a
so
good
much.
job. Like I can't even hate. Like all jokes aside, I can't hate. Like that was one of the best Losos I've seen. Period.
Oh wow. Yeah, period. A lot of people trying to say that was better. That might be better than the JC Loso.
I don't know. I mean, the Instagram your third round versus the J Black and Smack White and that whole second round. Street Star Norbs. I mean, who is this?
Oh
man?
My god, I almost forgot about the Street Star Nerds, man. Oh my lord, man, that was.
I know Viixen was probably like, hold up, bro.
Yeah, that's man. You know what? She's such a that's a testament to Viixen though, man. Like she came in, regardless of if anybody knew her from before URL, but she came in with 2 battles and shook the culture up. You know what I'm saying? And she skyrockets almost to the equivalent of like a Torka Geechee just on the female side, and she skyrockets to the top of the ranks, and she puts herself in position to kind of like, even though that performance just happened, Viixen can easily main event the next Queen of the Ring. Like if they announce Viixen versus 40 Bars, no one's going to be upset. Everyone's going to be like, that makes sense. Viixen versus official, that makes sense. Viixen versus KCJ, that makes sense. And so, but me though, like, because she demanded so much attention from the media and from the fans, I needed to make sure that I myself showed like, okay, yo, you not about to just come in here and just do whatever you want. Because she even carried that momentum versus Emerson Kennedy. People feel like she went in there and dominated that performance. And so I needed to make sure that I did something to usurp that. So.
All right. So, we're always what did you do for us last kind of culture. This is like your career high performance, your next performance moving forward. They're going to expect you to be at this level or higher. Yeah. Can you sustain this level that you just touched? Or are you just scratching the surface and you are ready to...
Ooh, that's scary.
Man, you know what, France? I really do feel like, at least on my end, I mean, in every battle, I can feel it. Like you get in these zones, you get in these pockets, and 2020, I kept saying, I said, yo, guys, I really feel really good as a battler right now. Like, every time I get an opponent, every time I get, even the battle that they said I lost last year, right, against None, like even that, like, it's crazy that the one loss that they gave me last year was one of my favorite performances. I've chosen that round that I rapped against None as one of my favorite rounds of 2020. So I feel like I'm in this pocket where I'm just in my prime. And so yesterday with Viixen, I think it was like everything kind of just came together. But I don't think that was just a one-time performance, because you kind of saw, like, yo, Loso, look what Loso did with JC. Look at None, look at Ryder, look at Emerson Kennedy on the Murder Moot card, and then Cali Smooth, and then moving into this battle with Viixen, it almost seems like a trajectory is moving in that way. So I want to say that I'm gonna go ahead and keep this up. I feel good, man. After you hit a couple shots, that basket just starts to see like it seems like it's bigger and bigger, and so it's not like I'm gonna take off. I'm right back to work right after this, so it's not like I'm taking off 4 or 5 months from now. If that was the case, I would be afraid if I would be able to duplicate it. But because I'm getting right back to work, my mindset is like, okay, not that I don't want to go ahead and reinvent what I did, or not the word reinvent. I don't want to go ahead and try to duplicate what I just did, because that performance is stamped in history for me. But I do want to make sure that I still put great performances and great content out for the fans, man. So I think I can.
No, I love this. I love this because this is kind of like you're finally becoming who everybody thought you could be and who you believe you could be as well. And I know for a fact, there's some conversations that after this performance, you look at the people at URL that cut the checks. You're like, hey man, this is a performance raising and this is a performance raising kind of battle right here. You know what I'm saying?
So I need that play though.
Yeah, so we're hitting new benchmarks with this one. But you did say on Hip Hop Is Real that Chess is the next opponent coming up. Yeah. There might not be no date set. There might not be no official announcement. But is that the one that's officially on the radar, locked in, that you're focused on, or is this one of those like it's conversations? It can happen.
They already in the chat. They already in the chat. Loso counting you out. See?
Yeah. Already. I mean, look. But you know what, CC, like. When Chess is on, he's one of those guys, right? And the last time they seen him was against Kayshawn, and then after that, they just got a little like, he put out a diss record to Easy the Block Captain, which I feel like put Chess in good graces with a lot of the fans who kind of felt like he may have quote unquote dropped the ball against Sean. But Chess is one of those guys, and so yeah, France, to answer your question, the battle's actually been locked. We've been locked since December, but it was pushed back 3 times already, and so I don't want to say that we've been sitting on material since December, but because we all had battles. Not me. Chess hasn't had a battle, but I've been battling, nonstop on Bullpen, Cali Smooth at the Riot, Viixen, different things. And so I haven't, I'm locked in. I'm locked in now. I'm getting ready for Chess and whatnot. But I think it's gonna be one of those dog fights. You know what I'm saying? And so I got to go ahead and get in there. And so I don't know if there's gonna be an official announcement. I don't know what the URL has planned, how to roll it out, but I do know whenever the fans get it, man, it is going to be a good one.
You're going to have a Chess that hasn't battled in about over 6 months now. Is there any concerns?
There is. It would have been, I mean, it would be less concern, obviously, if he just got off stage, because, I don't think Chess is a battler who has at least shown that he can, he has a quick turnaround rate with great material. But, I mean, somebody who's sitting out for 6 months, somebody who can write the stuff that he writes, in my opinion, if I get 100% chess, this will be my most dangerous opponent. And so I'm looking forward to the setting that we're going to be in. I can't announce that the setting in which we're battling. But I do know it's going to be a fun one with the people that's going to be in the room and stuff like that. So we'll see, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy who can have that conversation. I know a lot of people are throwing out there like, yo, you're going to rebuttal what he told Saga in his third round. And I'm like, I don't know. Is the conversation still relevant? You know, we'll see what happens when I put the pen to the pad.
I like this. I like this, man. Let's read some of this chat, man. They said, I'm still calling him Judas the way he got JC killed. Talking about you.
Wow.
I mean that. Now let me get some feedback. Facts, Loso. This will be your most dangerous. I told you Loso is going to do work on Kings and Queens too. Saga's still recovering. Take it easy out there. The venue is going to be a Baptist church.
Yeah, they could have done better on that one.
Yeah, they could have done better on that one. Here's another one. Loso the bachata god. We've never seen Loso dance bachata. How do you know he's good? What if he has two left?
Fun fact, France. I had a bachata line against Nana that I took it out, and I regret it, bro.
You gotta use bachata lines in the culture. They love that shit.
Yeah.
They love that shit, man. But we don't know if this guy's a bachata guy. He might have two left feet.
That's a fact.
You see, he would have defended himself if he did it.
I don't know what that is, but y'all can teach me maybe one day.
Cece, you not Latina?
No.
That's why she's so mad at you, because she is also black and white. And your entire angle.
Yeah, my daddy is black and my mama white, and I felt some type of way about that whole angle.
Sorry, Cece, I thought you were Puerto Rican this whole time.
Yo, I get it all the time. So, but no.
It's because
I thought Cece. I don't got. I thought
Cece was short for like Selena or something like that.
No, not for that name.
Selena's a nice name though, but
I'm not telling you my government name.
It's because of the curls, but that's why she was so upset at you black. Because when you talk about her being black and white, she's like, I feel attacked. This is
don't do that, Sister Lloyd. He said when CC is with Jay Black, but with Smack White. Don't do that. That's why I was saying low. So when you gave me a little shout out, I was already mad. Like, don't try to butter me up now. No.
Let's talk a little bit about the rest of the weekend as a whole. Excluding yourself, who would you say had one of the best performances over the weekend?
Man, I don't know how. So I haven't been checking. I haven't been checking the temperature around the culture, but to me, JC's performance was like, if somebody said JC had performance of the night next to me, I wouldn't be mad at that, because he was just on another level. I felt like Flames was really good, and JC was just like wilding, bro. So I would say JC, and then with JC, it would be Real Sick and Mike P. Maybe Real Sick might have stole the show though in that particular battle, but Mike P's return was nothing short of amazing to me. At least I was standing right there. You know what I'm saying? His delivery, the energy he had, the confidence he had. I loved his original angles against Real Sick. The new era angle I thought was fresh and was done very, very well. I thought Real Sick, even though he had a angle that's obviously was the elephant in the room, I thought he did it in a way that was fire, which he kind of put it in karma. You know what I'm saying? He used this whole karma aspect. And so like they were just, that was war. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it's going to translate on cam, but in the building, man, it felt like a really, really good battle. So those three guys, Miss Hustle and Coffee for the ladies, I think they went in there and did something. I'll be honest, I did not think going into the battle that Coffee was going to be able to compete with T-Top, but she did. She competed, bro. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they voted her for Queen of the Night that night. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was just on one. Miss Hustle was on one. Yeah. Official was bombing, but like Official's been so great that like you almost kind of like, yeah, well, that's what Official does. You know what I'm saying? So, even from day one, man, I know Real Sick, Mike P. I think those guys. So I would say JC, Real Sick, Mike P for me, man.
Highlighting Coffee for a quick second. The way she came out, when after the Queens was down 0-2, it's kind of like in the playoffs, in the NBA playoffs, when like the team loses the first 2 games, and then the game 3's in their home, and they come back bombing. They come back bombing. That's how Coffee came in. She came back like, oh, we down 0-2. We're not giving up the series. We're not getting swept.
Yo, you know what's crazy, man? When they canceled the first Kings and Queens, you know, a couple of us were already there when they had just announced that it was canceled. Well, Coffee ends up walking up when she finds out. And when she finds out, I look at her and she was so pissed. She goes up to T-Top. She was like, they saved you because I was going to kill you. And at sometimes, you know, battlers tell each other that, right? Like you kind of almost feel like they're overcompensating or they're trying to like, you know, psych themselves out to believe that they are ready. But Coffee genuinely, and I told everybody, I said, yo, Coffee is super confident going into this battle. Like, she is super confident. She had been backed out. I mean, she, you know, not backed out, I'm sorry. She had 3 battles that didn't go down. You know what I'm saying? So she had the A-Ward, the JC battle, and the Miss Miami. You know, the whole thing didn't go down. So she was she definitely had a lot of material. I'm not saying that she used that, but she was ready. She was ready to go ahead and battle, and it translated. And now, granted, they battled right after me, so I was doing interviews and stuff, so I wasn't able to I wasn't able to watch the whole thing. But all I see is that, like, that battle, even though T-Top won the votes, I see a lot of people saying, yo, Coffee won that battle. I see a lot of people saying that. So I'm
who you got winning?
I didn't watch. I told you I didn't watch it. I wasn't able to watch it. Yeah, because remember, I had just battled, so right after I got
that's like the safest answer to use when you don't want to give an opinion, right? Yeah.
Now, I definitely did walk in the room, and I did catch at least like 60, 70% of the material, 70% of the battle, but I'm not going to make my judgment off that, CC. So it
feels like people purposely miss around so they can't give an opinion, but then watch the rest of the battle so they can be like, I didn't see the whole battle, but it was fire.
Yeah. The best line is like, yo, I got to rewatch the third or something like that. It's like, no, you don't, bro.
Yeah, that's everybody's, it's that third. But I saw you in the back during Verb and Miss Hustle. I saw a couple of y'all in the back.
Oh, yes.
During Verb and Miss Hustle. Now, were y'all surprised? Because I seen that Verb was on IG Live the day of the battle. He had a couple of guys on there. Y'all was talking your ish and y'all was talking, you know, spicy and everything. But were you surprised to see the outcome of that battle?
I was because and I know people probably in the chat like, why are you surprised, right? We watched him against Verb and against Tay-Rock and Calico. But so I was surprised because Verb's whole like Instagram has just been this like, you know, I'm belittling women, right? So like he was not belittling, but like he has this perspective about women that's not popular, right? And so you almost feel like, okay, he's gonna take all that content, he's gonna transform it into this to 3 rounds, and he's gonna put together some good material from this hustle. Now, granted, before the battle, the day of the battle, myself, Tay-Rock, T-Top, and JC, we all get up together and we have a sparring session. This is the best sparring session I've had as a battler, but it was just so good. We all went back and forth. We all were like going, you know, round for round. The only person who was not in attendance was Verb. Verb did not want to rap his rounds. Verb didn't want to rap his rounds to us before. He just told us, he said, nah. He said, you know, I'm just not, and maybe he just doesn't spar. Maybe he just, you know, he's very secretive with his material. So when you guys were hearing it, that's when we were hearing it. Now, granted, I knew what JC had. I knew what T-Top had. I knew what Rock had. I did not know what Verb had. So during the battle, I didn't think he was going to be that. I thought he was going to at least project a little louder. I thought he was going to be a little more direct to Hustle, but Hustle was just on his heels, man. And Hustle was a really, really good Hustle. I don't know the last time I seen that great of a Hustle, but Hustle was like.
Wait, say it again. You say you don't know when was the last time you seen that good of a Hustle? You can't reference it.
Don't say it again.
You can't reference it because you probably have not seen her be that good.
Yeah. Like,
we are not doing this today, friends.
Nah, but Cece, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like when she was rapping up there, like some of the lines that she had, I was like, yo, this is amazing. Like and even the third round, I think she felt like she was up 2-0 already. So in the third round, you see her like performing and kind of like saucing it out, you know, taking the hat off Verb, you know, saying, yo, I you know, I don't care if you're vegan, we're eating wings tonight. Like, you know, like little things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like she was just in her bag, bro. And so, you know, it was just a bad night for that matchup.
All right.
No, France, tell him what you feel about Hustle's performance versus Verb.
I mean, she beat the weakest guy on the card. Anybody could have beat Hustle that day. I'm.
No,
Verb,
tell
anybody...
him, no, because he'd be discrediting Hustle.
How am I discrediting? I picked her to win. I picked her to win.
Does he know how you feel about Miss Hustle?
Doesn't matter. She beat the person with the worst.
She
beat the person with the worst caffeine record to date. Anybody could have beat that Verb. Like it's just the truth.
He be hating.
Yeah. But hold on, I do have a bigger theory. I want to share this theory with you, Cece. And I told Loso about it yesterday a little bit. I didn't really get a chance to get in depth. A Verb yesterday made me realize why Cassidy gets booked. I think it's almost low-key genius what the leagues do, right? So, like, league owners are always taking risk with these battles. They pay all this thousands of dollars for performance with no guarantee the performance will come out good. And you don't even know if the artists are going to promo sometimes, right? But when you book a Verb or a Cassidy, you know the content won't be good, but you get a lot of promotion from the artist. So at that moment, you're projecting bad content with the hopes of it being good, as opposed to hoping for good content and it could be bad. And when you book these guys as your main event or co-main event, now you got a whole bunch of other battle rappers that want to be on the card just because they're on the card, because it's like, oh, they're the main event, but I could perform better than them. You guys might take some peanuts because it's like, oh, I get to share a card with Cassidy. There's a bunch of exposure. I get to share a card with a legend that may be washed. There's a lot of exposure, right? And then the league says, okay, well, we can't get 6 good battles every single event, so the one bad battle is going to be the one that brings us all the draw, probably helps us recoup, and then all the good battles, everybody else in between that wants to just have a better performance than the person that's washed up. But you know what I'm saying? I really think it's kind of smart, low key.
It's bad. It's good for business and it's bad for the consumer.
Thank you.
I mean, but every single event's gonna have one battle that's not good.
No, but that's
but friends, that's not the conversation. The conversation is like, you know, that obviously we're not expecting all these humans to, like, none of the humans to make mistakes or to not be underwhelming. What we're saying is, when there is a clear track record of a particular person not giving you good performances, we understand that the league knows what they're going to get, right? Because you almost want to tune in. Like, for instance, even though we know Cassidy has been bad, we're all going to watch what he's going to do against Hitman Holla. We want to know what's going to occur. Like, no one's going to say,
that's the kicker about the bad, lackluster performer. They become a heel, and even as a heel and them losing, they still bring more traffic than somebody with a good performance. Verb is probably getting talked about more now, getting dragged and ridiculed, than JC is for his amazing performance. Yeah, and that's crazy.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's why I'm saying, though, friends, like, for the consumer, it's just like, damn, I had to sit through that. And I knew I was going to have to sit through that. But, on the flip side, I understand that, like that's what sells, right? Like, we knew when Verb gets on the card and the face-off with Hustle and, like, the promotion going up to it and whatever backstory there was, like, I knew that was the entertaining part. But, and even with Cassidy, you know what I'm saying? Him going into this Hitman Holla battle, like, that face-off is going to be freaking epic. But you're also hoping, like, I just hope he gives me something better than what I saw in recent past. So, I mean, like I said, good for business. It's bad for the consumer at the time. But you're right. I mean, the conversations happen, and you guys get stuff to talk about on your show, too.
It's healthy. That's what I think. I think it's healthy. But Verb's performance, well, Nintendo's stock went down yesterday because of Verb's performance. Did you get a chance to see that?
That was hilarious, man. That was hilarious.
Yeah, the stock is still down as we speak. So
terrible.
If he was still on Twitter, we would have got blocked.
Yeah, probably.
And he would have been like, "Yeah, sorry, but you getting blocked." Yeah.
I mean, he kind of likes all of this, though. He kind of enjoys all the the slander that people bring on to him. Aver goes down 0-4 after this weekend, Low. So you move up to 4-1, still undefeated on the app. How much does your record mean to you?
It actually means a lot, and it probably means too much for me. Like, I probably shouldn't care too much, but because the app just holds the record, man, and unfortunately, I'm happy that people, you know, even the one loss that I end up having on Caffeine, I'm happy that people gave me the W after sitting with it and watching it on the app. But you know, I mean, it just looks good aesthetically. It looks good to, you know, to be in that top 10. And obviously, I don't have the volume of battles that the other guys have, so that's why I'm not up there yet. But hopefully soon. But it looks good, you know, like for Jada Nightwing to say like, yo, 11 times I battled on URL and it dropped on the app, and 11 times the fans felt like I won. That's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like
it is kind of crazy.
Like you could use that. You could like you could use that and whenever they hit you with a price or like his business, you know what I'm saying? He has like an 11-0 record that he can say, yo, every time you put me on the app, I win. You know what I'm saying? I come out victorious. So it has now become a rubric for the battlers to utilize when negotiating opponents and when negotiating price. So
there you go. Drop a gem.
Hold on. So before I get to this next point, it become a rubric for you guys. So in reality, you guys try to act like I don't care, but y'all really do care about these records and these votes and who wins by the popular vote.
Yeah, well, so I would say, so let me rephrase that. I would say for the newer guys, because like somebody like Kayshawn, right, who doesn't have the greatest record on the app, but Kayshawn can get whatever he wants, right? Like he's not going to care about that. Maybe even like even somebody who may not be as like a Big T, right? Big T it doesn't matter about Big T's record on the app, but like people like us, like myself, Jada Nightwing, Easy, you know, I'm trying to see who else, you know what I'm saying? Like those people on the app, like I do think that can be a case. I'm not saying that's the end all be all a lot of times, but it does help us argue like, yo, look, the fans feel like I've won this and the fans feel like they're rocking with me. So let me go ahead. So put me, I should get a Caffeine, because your goal as a battler right now, let's just be honest, you want to get those Caffeine plates. Those Caffeine plates are the WrestleManias. Those are the main events. Those are the pay-per-view joints that puts you in front of the world. It gets you trending on Twitter. It gets you talked about. You know, the app does not do that, even though app joints are great for the app subscribers, but it does not do that. So your goal is to get on Caffeine events. And the fact that I've been blessed to get on multiple Caffeine events now, you know, has obviously put me in position. So like that's every battler's goal. They want to go ahead and get on Caffeine, and get in front of the people's eyes and be able to showcase. Because every time you have a battle on Caffeine, I want to let these battlers know that's your job interview. That's you're being interviewed for your next job. You know what I'm saying? Every time you perform, you're essentially being interviewed for the next Caffeine event. And it depending on how you do, is going to go ahead and determine if you're going to get on that card.
Look, he dropping gems.
Well,
he dropping gems.
Yeah,
y'all better catch him.
This guy Loso just dropped something crazy there, and I have a statistic now that you mentioned Caffeine. I was going to talk about the app real quick. I'll get back to that. But on Caffeine, there's been a total of 81 MCs that have touched the platform. Only 20 of them have been on there 4 times or more, yourself included. So,
wow,
what's it like when you know your performances are resonating with the staff at Caffeine, the people at Caffeine and URL, and they trust you to give you those opportunities?
Yeah, man. You know, like I said earlier, there's nothing like seeing your work being received amongst the people that you are giving it to. You know what I'm saying? So the Caffeine guys, they weren't battle rap fans prior to them partnering up with us. Now they are, right? They're huge fans. And bro, I could honestly say that this is from them. And like, I'm one of their favorites, bro. Like when they see me in the room, when they see like, they're like, Loso, you know what I'm saying? Like they are excited. And so for them, there's not a huge difference between Calico and Loso for them. Now to the culture it is, right? The culture would be like, we're definitely not comparing Calico and Loso. But for the Caffeine guys, Loso's there. You know what I'm saying? Because all I've been doing is giving them great performances. Just last time, they were just like impeccable. When I pulled out the shirt against Rada, they lost their minds because they'd never seen anything like, well, granted, battle rappers never seen anything like that, period. But they were just like, yo, what the hell is this? And so leaving them with moments to kind of just remember. And so, you know, it's second to none, bro. It's the best feeling in the world, man. And I'm glad to be a part of this transition with battle rap, you know, from where we were before. And granted, remember, I missed the big stages. I missed going out to different cities and saying hello to all the fans. But I'm glad to when we look back at this era, when we look back at this little timestamp in the yearbook of battle rap, and we say, yo, remember that COVID era, remember that bubble era, that Caffeine era. I will hope that they say Loso's name helped transition URL into that era and out of the era. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was one of the key cornerstone parts.
I think so.
Absolutely.
I think so.
Absolutely. I mean, we just said it here. Only 20 guys have been on there 4 times or more. You've been there 5 times, so that list even shrinks even more. So that goes to show who gets those opportunities over and over again. The people that are proceeding, people that are producing, or at least a very big name that comes with a big draw. And,
yeah.
And a majority of people on Caffeine aren't that. You know, they're like yourself, like people that are scrapping. Easy, yourself, Jay, Kid Chaos. People that are scrapping right now to continue to build their audience and their fan base. I wanted to touch back on the app. We were talking about the app records. So I'm going to throw a curveball at you here.
Yeah.
The 4 Horsemen combined record on the app is a whopping 9-11. 5-0 from you, 4-10 from Saga, 0-1 from Street Hymns.
We're below 500?
We're below 500.
Uh-oh.
What
you
the
surprised?
hell?
So it looks like we need that Viixen battle to drop, so it could be 10-11.
Yeah.
Then we got to get Ward onto URL. He can't lose his debut, and then you have 500.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, and we definitely need Saga to return ASAP.
Yeah.
I think he should. I'm not giving up on Saga. I'm not giving up.
Not. Definitely not, man. Man, we're below 500.
9-11.
You surprised?
Yo, you should do. You know what? You should. This would be a dope stat. Like, you should get like the groups. Like, see like what the group records are. Like, see what Cave Gang's overall record is, and well, Goonies isn't one, but you know, NWX, stuff like that.
Which bad rap group is doing better?
Has the best winning percentage.
Yeah,
who has the best
overall,
winning percentage?
Duly noted.
I would assume it's EFB though. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's EFB.
Oh yeah. The West Coast runs the
app.
app.
I think because Geechee and Nitty, they usually always win on the app.
Yeah.
Geechee, Nitty, and then isn't JC part of EFB?
They made JC EFB?
I thought he was. I don't know.
Him say it.
Okay, so he's not. So yeah, that's good. That actually helps us because he has a great record on the app. So take him off. But I think Jerry West is definitely EFB. So add Jerry West.
All right, yeah, there we go. There's where.
Well, he lost a lot.
Yeah, that's where it takes a little bit of a hit.
Yeah.
Thank you for the prop, girl. Thank you for the prop.
He was EFB. Have anybody in the chat heard JC say he was EFB?
Apparently, some people in the chat say yeah. I never. This flew under my radar. I didn't know.
I thought I could have sworn. I don't know where I heard it from, but I thought he was. Yeah.
Oh, somebody's saying that Danny and Geechee said it.
Wow.
But Danny's not EFB though, right? I've never heard Danny be EFB.
Danny is more qualified to be EFB than JC. I don't.
Yeah, Danny is.
We're gonna have to do some research.
Yeah, we're gonna have to ask some questions first and foremost. But speaking of the West Coast guys, Danny Myers currently has the longest win streak in 1 year in Caffeine, tied with K-Shine at 9-0. So obviously he's reaching rare territories, and this guy has been unconscious every single battle. What do you think of Danny Myers' run right now, and what do you think if you had to stand in front of Danny Myers?
Danny Myers is the ultimate professional, bro. I mean, you know what you're gonna get every time he gets. I mean, especially if he has like prep time. You know what I'm saying? But every time he gets in front of a camera, he's gonna be high energy. Like Kid Chaos had an interesting angle, and he was right. He said like yo, like you'll never be he said you'll never be a heel. He was trying to communicate how he'll never be the bad guy, right? Who doesn't want to root for the guy who's like super passionate and gives it all, especially in a culture where you have so many quote unquote top tiers, right? Who you guys feel like mail it in. So when you got a guy like Danny who gets on the stage and he's gonna give you 3 rounds and like he's putting his heart and soul in, like who doesn't want to root for that story? And so Danny is on an incredible run, bro. I am not shocked at what he's doing, but at the same time, on the flip side, he still proves me wrong because I'll be honest, I had Kid Chaos going into the battle, winning that battle. I had Kid Chaos winning the battle. I just thought Kid Chaos was just on, like, I mean, not thought. I mean, he is. He's very, very dangerous. But Danny Myers just seems to show, especially, you know, with this newer age, like, he's outside. He doesn't care. If you're Holmesy, if you're Easy, if you're Kid Chaos, and like, you know, maybe coming up soon, real sick, like whoever, he's just like, yo, I can go toe to toe with them. And I know I'm going to have to battle him too. And so I'm looking forward to that because, you know, like, you know, he just recently said Loso has gotten into the conversation of best anglers. He just tweeted that. And so, you know, anybody who respects me in my craft, you know, I definitely want to reciprocate that. And I know that that'll be a war because we both, like Danny and I, you know, we both respect each other, man. So that's just one of those guys who, you know, you would love to go to war with.
That might have to happen on the road to Champion of the Year for 2021. Y'all two keep on cooking. Y'all might have to see each other this year.
Definitely.
Messages. I cheer against Danny all the time. It's fun. Says the up there guy.
Oh my god!
I had Chaos winning too. It was an uphill battle. Chaos did an awesome job. Says Wild Girl. Thank you. Dave says Danny can win Champion of the Year if he just battles 3 more times maximum, please. They said Loso, you'll 30 him. Says the up there guy, and everybody's coming at him. They said hell no, you're biased. Absolutely not. So he's getting stoned for defending your honor.
Oh wow!
Yikers Island in the building.
Yeah.
Yikers Island.
All right, man. Let's.
Hey, man. Hey, look. Whoever just said that I would 30 Danny Myers, I mean this, man. When you get off, bro, DM me on Instagram. I'm going to send you a Loso merch, bro. Thank you for defending my. I'm being dead serious. Hit me up, bro. And France, I need you to verify that that's him. I don't want nobody fake.
Oh, I know who it is. I know who it is.
Verify, bro. Give me his address, bro. Give me his address, and I'm gonna go ahead and send him some merch, bro.
Jay Black says, wow, y'all had Loso between 11 and 12. Viixen 2-1.
Yo, I'm still like, bruh, once that drops on the app, I'm gonna have to say a prayer to myself before I watch it again. That was, I was not expecting that Loso, like, for real. Everybody talks shit before a battle, but I was not. But I have a question for you because I think that she did make a good point in the face-off with you. And I think it showed yet again with Kings versus Queens when it comes to voting. You men have way more of a fan base than these ladies. So when she said that all the ladies are going up against all y'all fans, and granted, there are men out there that will call it straight, like, you know, with Coffee and T-Top. There was a lot of guys that would say, nah, T-Top lost that battle. Y'all tripping. But do you see what she's trying to say? Because, again, last year, Couture and Clips, a lot of people felt like Couture won that. I did, too.
Before Loso answers, I just want to say, when people say, oh, the woman makes it close, it's debatable, Rookie makes it close, it's debatable, I've always disagreed with that because the person you're battling has a bigger fan base.
Yeah.
So?
Yeah, so in the case of me and Viixen, now, granted, I'm very aware of my fan base, right? I'm very aware that I have a following, you know, like I have, as far as, you know, if you take away the top tiers, like my Instagram followers, my Twitter followers, like I'm very aware of who I am. However, Viixen is not the one who can say that. Viixen has jumped, like, first of all, Vixen's followers have jumped up super high. She is just as popular. She's just as popular. She's just as talented. She is loved. She was winning on the polls prior to the battle. So now, granted, CC, I understand. She does make a point. It is a male-dominated sport, right? And it's male-dominated as far as viewers, and it's also male-dominated as far as talent goes. Like, right? It's not saying that they're better, but I'm saying that there's more males than females in battle rap. But I don't know. I truly do believe that fans watching especially on Caffeine, they love to sway with the better storyline. And I think the better storyline is that the queens would beat the kings. Would you not say so? At least me. I don't know. And I have no problem.
I just felt too much testosterone in the chat during Coffee and T-Top, especially with his third round, which was all lies.
Okay, CC. So now that battle, so I did have another conversation with a couple of battlers, and they did feel like in the chat, people, like the top tiers, are able to sway certain fans because of their comments, right?
And that's the battle I'm referring to, not you and Viixen. I'm referring to Coffee and T-Top. That's the battle that I don't agree with the votes on.
So, T-Top is part of Brotherhood. So you're going to see, like, if the John Johns, if the Tay Rocks, if whoever's in the chat, they're going to, they're just automatically going to go for T-Top, of course. You know what I'm saying? And they're obviously Team Kings. But yeah, it's up to the fans to say, hey, I'm not going to look at the chat and I'm just going to judge this unbiasedly. You know what I'm saying? So maybe, but like I said, unfortunately, I have the ultimate get out of jail free card by saying I was not in the room when that battle happened. So, but when it comes out, CC, hit me up and I promise you I will give you my unbiased review on that.
I will. I sure will.
I do got some numbers here.
Another note.
CC, don't feel too slighted. Don't feel too slighted because Kings and Queens ended in 3-2 for the Kings' favor, 2 wins for the women. But in total rounds, the men won 8 rounds that night. The women won 7 rounds. It was that close.
Wow.
Y'all gonna lose one of these damn days. Oh God. I'm putting
bro, we almost
y'all got to lose.
France, we almost gave up a 3-0 lead, bro.
Y'all really did, though. Y'all almost blew a 3-0 lead.
Yo, that has never happened in battle rap, bro. We almost did that, bro.
Yo, if T-Top would have started the 3-0 lead and y'all would have lost it, then it would have been amazing.
Babs would have lost her mind. I heard that Debo, and now how did you feel about Debo in the back just,
oh, man.
Oh my gosh, bro! And I knew that was gonna happen because if you watch all of Viixen's trailers, right, when they use the Corinne Stephan super headshot, Debo's in the back, and I'm like, oh my, you already know what you're gonna get, bro. So I mean, but those are his females, and rightfully so, he's rooting for them.
I want to take some questions from the chat for the next 10 minutes, but before we go there, you did mention at the end of your battle that the Leap is coming. You have a Caffeine show, new show coming out, podcast. Yeah. Talk to us a little bit about the Leap.
Yeah, man. So in about our projected date is in 2 weeks. We're gonna air, and so it'll be a couple of different aspects to the Leap. So the Leap is gonna be me interviewing, mainly interviewing battle rappers, and what we'll be conversing about is this transition from us just rapping on street corners and just battling, at whether it's high school or whatever, and us taking the leap to this professionalism. So you'll see me dialoguing with my peers about our first paycheck in battle rap, our first time traveling across the country or overseas, our caffeine experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how many people know, like when we're on this caffeine set, it's ran like a movie set. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we're given the red carpet treatment. We're taking to and fro from our hotels. When we're at the they're doing a media day. Prior to Caffeine, how we would promo, we would take our phones and we would just record ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Now they fly us out to Caffeine, and there's a big production studio of photography going on, videography going on, different things, to market us even better. And so that's the Leap. You know what I'm saying? It'll be interviewing, whether I get, Hitman Holla, the Geechee Gottis, to even the Real Six and the Easy to Block Captains. Like, you'll see me dialoguing with these guys, with these gentlemen, and they'll give you firsthand experience, firsthand conversations about their first time traveling to a different state, traveling to a different organization, and how that experience has been, and what the Leap has been for them, and how they've transitioned for the Leap. Then the second aspect of that is on Sunday mornings. Everybody knows Loso. I'm a man of faith. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a 007 Christian. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely out there, and I want you guys to know it. So on Sunday mornings, I understand that a lot of people, they may have some church hurt. They may not step foot into a church at all, or they may not even open up a Bible. But because of me being in battle rap and them being a fan of me, they might listen to me for at least 30 to 45 minutes. And so I'm going to just do this thing called the Leap of Faith on Sunday mornings. 9 a.m., man. You can tune in. If you want like a 30 to 45 minute encouragement before you start your week, before you start your day, you could tune in with Loso, man. I'll be having guest speakers on there with me as well, talking about different topics. You know what I'm saying? I understand in battle rap, it's very, very popular to just say, Christianity is the white man's religion. I have like experts, theologians on here that we could dialogue with. I'll have other battle rappers, and it won't just be myself, but I'll dialogue with a B dot who, obviously has a different worldview. I'll dialogue with with the Chef Trez, Ace Amin, the Shotgun Shugs who lean towards more the Muslim worldview. Like you'll be seeing this, but regardless though, I want to always leave my people with a word of encouragement. And I hope that, you guys receive it, man. So right now I'm working very, very hard, tirelessly and endlessly to give you guys the best rollout for this. And so stay tuned, man. The Leap, if you do not follow me already, follow me on Caffeine, man. It's just Loso. I got a new channel. So all my followers, if you were following me, you don't follow me right now. I want to let you know. So go to Loso. It's just Loso, and click the follow button, man. It'll be great.
Yeah, the leap is.
I love that Sunday show because I don't go to church because I've had some situations with certain churches in the past, so I have a bad taste in my mouth. But I've also was raised that I don't need to go to church to know my God.
Yeah.
So I like that. I will go to church on Sundays if you will allow me and have me in your congregation. I'll behave.
And how about this? How about this, Cece? The acronym for the Leap is called Learning Everything About Progress.
I like you, Loso. We good again. I forgive you. I forgive you. We good.
Hey, thank you, friend, for that alley-oop, bro. You are a genius.
Right. CJC, amen.
All right, man. I gotta clock in, but we still got 10 minutes left. I want to give the last 10 minutes to the audience because they've been here and we always cater to them. Yes. So, Cece, I'm gonna let you take all the questions from the audience. I'm gonna fall back for a bit. I'll be behind the curtains. Loso, my brother, we'll chop it up soon.
Yes, sir.
You're ready.
I am not gonna get his church in trouble, y'all. I know how to act in church. Okay. I used to be an altar girl and all that stuff. I know how to act in church. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know right now before we let Loso go. You good with another 10 minutes at least?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm rocking with you.
So our update guy said, Loso, do you miss YouTube drops?
Oh man, yeah, I definitely do. I was actually, Mike P and I, we were just talking about this. Mike P ended up putting a clip of his Real Sick material up and it got taken down, obviously. And so I understand that URL is they're in an era where they want to go ahead and just direct to consumer. Everybody wants to do that, right? Like you want to cut the middleman out. And so let's cut YouTube out and just have direct to consumer. And that's genius. We understand that is best for business for URL. For us though, it hurts us because we were going viral. We were being seen by other people who are not, let's just be honest, there's some people who are not going to spend $8 a month to just watch battle rap. They just don't want to do that. So what we've been petitioning though is that they'll drop at least these YouTube highlights. So they'll give at least, a minute of footage for each battler and they'll put it on YouTube. And that's the footage that we could then use. I understand because if you just whitelist us, like if you allow the battlers to just post whatever they want from the app on their Instagram, I could post 5 1-minute posts, right? And it's almost like, well, damn, why do I need to watch the battle now? Loso's been showing me all the highlights. However, though, I do think there needs to be a middle ground with URL. We're trying to work that out right now. We're trying to communicate with them, like as the battlers, like please give us at least something that we can utilize to promote. And it helps you out because if the fans, hey, did you like this highlight? Did you like my haymaker I just did on Instagram? Now go ahead and go get the app. $8 a month. You can watch all of my battles on there. And, because there's some people who like, yo, Loso, we only see your bullpen battles. Where's your URL drops? And I'm like, yo, I got like 7 battles on the app. You know what I'm saying? Like, but so hopefully we find a middle ground, man.
Yeah, I do too, because at the end of the day, I feel like it can work for everybody. It just got to be done right. And I definitely see both sides of the coin. So somebody else asked, why are you guys so mad when Viixen said you can't rap with me? I feel people felt an unusual sense of anger or tension from you.
You know what, CC? That was the Christian way of me saying you can't F with me, right? Like
that
it's so
Christian?
like you. No, it was the Christian. So I get
my wife
like
to
battle
slap you.
No, CC. So like battle rappers, they'll be like, you can never F with me. So like me, like obviously I'm not gonna say. I was like, you could never rap with me. You know what I'm saying? So now, granted, I knew, but here's the thing, CC. I knew that Smack White Black Jay Black line was gonna hit. So after it, I had to make sure, okay, how do I sell the energy? And that's what I practice in the shower. That's what I practice in the mirror. Every time you envision these haymakers. When you say it, you envision them. And so when it came to fruition, I was like, oh yeah, this is what I'm doing. So that's why you see that, but she's a competitor, man. And so, you gotta do that, man. You gotta bark on them while you got the chance.
Shout out to Viixen because she even screenshotted a picture while you was working the camera. And she was like, I know I was not that damn thirsty. But you know what? When she patted your chest, when you turned back at her, it was like, you can't rap with me. And
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
If you hear it, Casey, if you hear CC right after that, like, because the crowd and I'm telling her, I'm like, you can't rap. She said, I don't know if you guys can hear, but if you watch the clip, she's like, I'm gonna F you up next round. Like, she said that. She was like, I'm gonna get you next round. Like, cause she was like, okay, you know what? Like, you turn it up. And that's the competitor in her. She was just like, yo, I'm gonna get you next round. But yeah, like I said, when she posted that clip up or that picture up of her drinking water, it was hilarious because, she was saying like, cause I look terrible in that thumbnail. And I was like, I even told her, I said, Viixen, I look too good for that to be my thumbnail, man. People really gonna think I'm out here looking ugly.
So you ain't got no teeth.
Yeah, man, it looked bad. So
you got some baby teeth.
but man, she's such a great sport, man. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. Another person asked, would you ever battle real sick? Which, as you mentioned, other people, he has a different faith as well.
Yeah. So yeah, so I think so I will answer the question is I think we're probably gonna have to. Like I don't. So the reason we won't. So Sick and I actually like really close. I don't know if people know this. We're really close, and up into our battles, he and I sparred probably like every day. We were on the phone like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. He was going over his mic stuff. I was going over my Viixen stuff, and we battled during quarantine. So if you guys have not seen that, Loso versus Real Sick is actually on YouTube. It's like a little quarantine joint. And now people would be like, it's not real. I mean, even though we didn't know each other.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, but we went, we obviously, we went at it and stuff. And we actually told each other this week. It's funny you guys said that. We told each other this week, we was like, man, we're so open with each other. Like we know each other's personal lives that we would not want to battle each other because we're really, really good friends, right? But I am all for what the fans want. I'm all for what the sport wants. And if it gets to a point where Sick is just here, Loso is just here, and they're just like, yo, we want to see these angles go at each other, then who are we to rob the fans? You know what I'm saying? So we'll do it. We'll do it if we really, really, we'll do it if we really have to. We'll do it if the bag is right. We'll do it if the situation is right, man. So he's amazing, bro. He is so amazing.
He really is. And somebody's asking, how you feeling these days about Mac Myron?
Man, so let me go and clear this air. So let me clear this air up because so it was never promoted. It was never, no deposits were sent. So there was no bad business there. But, there were talks of trying to get me and Mac Myron on the Ace, John Adon card, right? We were going to be the co-main event. Now and I even had gave John a verbal agreement. In fact, I told him no, but then he ended up convincing me. So I ended up saying, yeah. However, though, so Kings and Queens was supposed to be February 13th. It gets pushed back to March 7th, right? I had a battle February 27th. So what ends up happening is now I have a battle the 27th, February 27th. I have a battle now Kings and Queens on the 7th. And then I also have another URL battle on March 27th. So I was going to be able to squeeze the Mac Myron battle on March 20th, but that's just too much. And for me, it just wasn't worth it. It was not worth it at all because I had the Viixen joint. I had this other joint before, just one round. And then now I got this this upcoming battle on URL. And so to do that battle, it just wasn't, there was just no way. And I'm going to Colombia. I'm going to Colombia in a couple of days. And so like I had so much going on. And around this time, I'm always getting hit up from different organizations, churches and stuff, because they want me to write spoken words about Easter. And so like I have a lot like to do right now. And so my schedule is jam-packed. I just could not do it. And so but if you're talking about how I personally feel, now I do agree that that battle rap, you know what I'm saying, you want to go ahead and promo stuff. Personally, I did not like the diss record because of the title. Like when you say Loso's a faggot, like to me, you're using extra words that are not battle rap terminology. Like, you're going outside of battle rap. You know what I'm saying? When RBE posted it on their channel and that's like their title and stuff, to me, I was like, yo, I can't really get down with that. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I know the fans laugh all day about it and people might have a good time with it. But me personally, you could have said Loso's trash. You could say I could kill Loso, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, when you try to like use like terminology like that, I just didn't give it no attention. That's why you don't see me publicly say anything about it, because I don't even want to give it that attention. Now, I don't have any personal ill will towards, no pun intended, towards Mac Myron or RBE, but I just didn't like it.
And that's your choice, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be a later conversation that battle rap is gonna have to have when it comes to certain words like that. Because I don't even want to repeat it. Like I literally, because you know, I have friends who are LGBTQ plus. You know what I'm saying? And we're getting to the space in battle rap where we got more eyes, we got new eyes coming in and looking. You never know who's watching. And I would hate to see battle rap lose out on an opportunity because certain words were said during the Cece,
time. I was surprised, and because of that, I was actually surprised that RBE posted it on their channel like that. Because of that word, I felt like, yo, there's a community out there that's definitely gonna be offended by it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're using it at the right, but you know, I mean, it is what it is. Like, you know, I mean, that's why I didn't give it no attention and just left it alone.
For sure. Now, during your face-off, we had, you know, they had a few fans pull up during you and Viixen and Tata. Okay. That's our favorite girl. That's every blogger's favorite fan, right? Tata pulled up and she was talking that spicy, and everybody in the chat want to know: do you forgive Tata?
I forgive Tata. So I don't know Tata. I don't even know. I don't know how she looks in that like that. So I've never seen her profile or nothing like that. But Tata, if you're listening, man, I love you and thank you so much for the motivation, because you motivated me so much more that night. I went home and I was like, oh, this is for Tata. Every line is for Tata, man. So that was hilarious, man. She definitely added to the face-off. So I appreciate her.
Yo, Tata, I think she's still in the chat too. She's still. She said, "I love you too, Loso. Thank you, bro." Aww.
Definitely.
Look at God. Well, that's pretty much, at least if we got one more question. Does anybody have one more question? We can take one more and then I'm gonna close out the show with Loso. One more question, anybody? Let me see. Nah, everybody was really just asking for those three things.
Got you. Yeah.
Okay, let's do. Okay, now y'all want to hit me up. Let me see. What's your end goal for a battle and for this year? What's your end goal besides being champion of the year and not being stuck at 11 or 12?
Man, so I would say, you know, just to elevate, getting that conversation of just, you know, like Loso is definitely in URL. I mean, outside of URL, people definitely consider me like a top talent, but in URL, one of those guys. But I want to transition, not leave battle rap. I want to definitely do something like, and this is just personal. Like, I have this new single that's coming out soon, and I hope that the world loves it. I think it's really, really good. But I hope that kind of like gets a placement in like movies and because I think it could in movies and music. I mean, movies and television. I hope that I'm able to get another acting position. You know, Emerson Kennedy blessed a couple battle rappers, and you guys will be seeing that soon. Actually, let me plug that, man. This Emerson Kennedy movie that he shot with myself, Geechee Gotti, B. Dot, Ace Amin, and some of your other favorites. I think you guys are gonna enjoy that. So when you watch that, but I also want to transition into maybe like get an opportunity to just maybe have like a small role in like a Netflix series or something like that. Take my podcast, you know, to a new level when I start doing the leap and stuff like that. And so that people can kind of get to know my personality, and so I could open up avenues. I don't want to just only do battle rap this year. I want to make sure that anything I touch, you can look back and say, man, Loso, he does it with excellence. Not saying that I'm the best in it, but that he does it with excellence. He gives it 100%. So that's the goal this year, man.
That's what's up. Well, definitely, you know, thank you for pulling up on us for a whole show.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
you know, all this
forgiving.
We good now. You and Tata is good. So we definitely made some progress today.
Man, thank you so much, CC. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Loso. We're going to catch you later.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. So for the rest of y'all, I'll be back tomorrow for my solo show, 10:30. We will be on time, 10:30. Okay, on the dot for my solo tomorrow. This show will be uploaded later on YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify. So please make sure you're following us on all three of those platforms. It is simply Let's Talk Battle Rap. And of course, the merch is out. Let'sTalkBattleRap.com. Go grab you a hoodie, go grab you a mask because we still in the pandemic. And it's all that. I'll see you tomorrow, loves. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. All right.